I'm Steve Lupar. I'm the professor who taught the course that turned into the Call of Lovecraft augmented reality game. Each year we try to do some real-life projects, some projects that are get the students to both learn about the work of Public Humanities, but also to work with institutions and individuals beyond Brown.
So once all of us, I think, had read the Call of Cthulhu, everybody felt like that could provide a potential narrative that we could act out as sort of a layer over the city. We chose 5 sites, ending up in Waterplace Park to connect it with WaterFire. We researched the sites, historically, how H.P. Lovecraft was biographically related, how they might have been narratively related in his fiction, or through his letters.
We wanted to make it more than just a walking tour. We wanted to try and make it, we wanted to tie it to the story of the Call of Cthulhu. I think that was the idea. So like, the story of the Call of Cthulhu would kind of parallel your journey through the walking tour. And I think we wanted to kind of give it some kind of, I think gamification was the word we used.
Right.
Gamification is a lot. We're looking into role-playing games. What's the word for the games that, it's like where you take on a role in your, it's not role-playing exactly.
The alternative reality.
There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
But we saw a lot of cool stuff there, and we just kept kind of digging into it, and it looked like really, really awesome. And I think that might have been what tripped up your idea to like embed really great things like into the game.
Yeah, it was like, can you get an SMS message? Can you send an email? Is there a Twitter account or a Flickr album? All this kind of social media stuff that you could play with and that would give you a clue. So I think the idea was originally that the walking tour would have 20 or 30 different sites, but there'd be 5 critical sites that would take you through this journey. And in each of those sites there'd be a clue, and if you found the clue, it would take you to the next site, and the next site, and the next site in that path, and then you end up being devoured by Cthulhu in the middle of the South Pacific, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then that was when your sketches came in, because we had this idea that when you got to the site, using the augmented reality, it would bring up your illustrations of the exterior of each site, and then maybe even a room inside the site that the user could manipulate.
I think it was you, Victoria, who found the quote on H.P. Lovecraft kind of feeling like there was this thin veil between like the world that's like very obvious and is right in front of us and like the magical world that we can't understand. And so like we were always trying to work with the idea of dropping out of like normal reality into something more mystical, I guess. And so like when we were doing the illustrations, we initially planned that like the person would take like would snap a photo of like the site, and then that site would fade into like an animated version of the site itself that would make it look like it was part of like the world of Lovecraft itself.
They came up with some wonderful ideas. One of the things that we like to have the class do is to do both research and actually coming up with a real project, but it's not always the case that those projects get fully realized. Oftentimes we get a wonderful plan and we give it to the groups that we're working with, the organization, and sometimes pieces of it show up, sometimes not. The thing that was so wonderful about this project is that the students just carried right on through with it.
And it's all about, we want to tell stories that people haven't heard over and over before. Yeah. And so this is a story that some people know very well, but a lot of people don't know at all, even people who lived here their entire lives. Maybe they've heard of Lovecraft's name every once in a while, but just learning a little more, another piece of the puzzle that is this place that we all find so magical.
And he really loved Providence. He tried to preserve historical buildings. He kind of just like reminded people why other people should love Providence too, because it is a well-loved city.